Welcome to the 2012 Silkway Rally. As we move to Elisa, the off-road stars attracted more attention. Anatoly Kazachkov, the President of Parliament for Kalmyky, came to show his admiration for the rally and was entertained by the local folk groups. In fact, there was a great show here in Elisa for everyone to watch and participate in. Fighting was extremely important to the Kalmyky tribes, and tall men were selected to protect the southern borders of Russia from the Turkic-speaking neighbours. However, their practices are now resided to history alone. Later that evening, race director Semen Yakubov had to deliver some bad news on the rally. Taking into account the natural disaster which took place in Gelendzhik, all the forces are concentrated to help those victims. We would like to express our condolences to the inhabitants of the Krasnodar region, which suffered in this bad situation worse than others. Due to this reason, we have taken the decision to finish the rally at the bivouac in Maykop on the 12th of July. For the drivers, it means the cancellation of the final day of competition. But as Christian Lavier explains, there are far more important happenings than this Silkway Rally at this moment in Russia. With these changes, it means the rally will be fought over just 5 legs, meaning drivers will now have to really think about the push to the end in Maykop. So it seems the biggest enemy to competitors on this rally is the elements. A massive thunderstorm overnight flooded the bivouac and the route yet again. As we've come to expect with this weather, the stage had to again be modified. It would begin from a planned start, but would end after 392 kilometres at CP2 to avoid the worst mud. Development of the new Nissan Juke has been tricky for Thierry Magnaldi, and it certainly wasn't helped by this accident getting stuck in the sand today. It's been a very strong rally for Balázs Szalay. The Hungarian has been constantly in the top 10, which means his Opel now carries him safely into the top 6 overall. It's even better for the Czech off-road rally star Mirek Zapatal, who races in the Hungarian Championship. Today, though, he was beaten by rival Karla by just 13 seconds. And they are having a fantastic battle for 4th overall. With 7th today, Karla is now just a single second from 4th. It really is hotting up between the two. The car was brand new and the engine was brand new, and the main thing for us here was to test the car and make sure all the parts work, and of course to see the finish. But it's now really tight, so I think we will push and try and get that 4th position. Today, however, Karla had his hands full fighting with Bernard Randonneur. 3rd yesterday and 6th today. His rear-wheel drive buggy is particularly impressive given the weather, and these results should mean he wins the 2-wheel drive class. Another man not to suffer too many problems during the rally has been Jerome Pellicer. Second in the overall standings, he again had a safe day today without issue in his overdrive run Toyota, and he's certainly very satisfied. We won't take too many risks. This car is brand new, and obviously it's my first rally with Xavier. Our goal was to finish in the top 5, and for the moment we're second overall, which of course is very good. If we stay second, that's even better, but if we drop to third, we'll also be very happy. Russian Boris Gadazin will want to prevent a 1-2 for France if he can. The G-Force team boss took a minute out of Pellicer today and only has 3 more to win back tomorrow to grab that runner-up spot. Christian Lavier's Dessouge has already won the Baja Portugal and looks good to take a major win here, but he did have a scare at the end of the stage, damaging a drive shaft. It may make him drive even more cautious tomorrow. Alvarez's big time loss yesterday was down to a broken power steering. A disaster in the low-speed dunes, and it put him an hour down. Had he not had these problems, he may well be second, and well in contention for the win. He did, however, grab second today behind this man, Vladimir Vazliev. The second Russian win of the rally went to yet another G-Force run machine. Ever since recovering from day 1 problems, he has been absolutely flat out with his Ukrainian teammates. He's no chance of winning, but the pride of winning the stage was absolutely clear. Are we first? We won. Oh, we're very happy with that. Today's stage was pretty good. We had quite a lot of fast parts in the route, but there was also some sand as well. Tomorrow, we will try and win again. So Vasiliev then wins by 1.5 minutes over Alvarez. Lavier losing 7.5 down, but again to rivals that can't really win overall. And here is the overall results. 12.5, Lavier ahead of Pellicer. Gadazin third, Zapatel fourth, and Carl with that great battle. Just 1 second between them. The biggest story of the day was the demise of one of the main KAMAZ. This morning, it looked as though Mardiev had taken the fight to his teammate Nikolaev for the overall victory. But then, at kilometre 325, his KAMAZ stopped. He would eventually finish 6th for the day. I think we had a truck failure 60 kilometres before the finish. Our onboard reducer gear broke, and that's why we lost 48 minutes to fix the problem. This brings the second MAN trucker Peter Verschluis back into contention for 3rd overall. His pace today was impressive too, just 3 minutes off the best KAMAZ. And as we go into the last stage tomorrow, the Becker boss is just 6 minutes behind Mardiev. It's been a tough week for Artur Adviktus. The Kazakhstani lost his turbo 2 days ago in the dunes, a total disaster, and spent all day desperately trying to get home. It looked as if like it would be over, but today he pushed hard and still shows he's got the fighting spirit. Eduardo Nikolaev looks on course to win his 2nd Silkway rally after a tough Dakar. He is effectively the leader of the Blue Army now and has an 8-minute and 45-second lead over Lopez. The 2010 winner will know all too well the rally can still be lost on this final day, as it was in 2011. So for the first time in 2012, it was not a Kamaz on the top of the timesheets. Instead, Alex Lopez took his first victory for MAN. It didn't look that promising over the first 3 hours, as Lopez lost 10 minutes to Nikolaev, but his pace was astounding to the finish, and he ended up the day 4 minutes ahead. But that's only half the story.
For me, it was one of the most difficult stages in my life. Even we won, I'm not so happy because I had a great fever. Then I started to get cold, and this was all the time for 4 hours like this. I was really thinking that I will stop the stage and even stop the race. So finally, it was a little bit better when I found that that we are passing Nikolaev on Kamaz team. So that gave me a little bit more power to finish the stage.
But when Lopez returned to the end of the stage, he was in fact sixth, so an amazing result. 4.5 minutes ahead of Nikolaev, Versluis, Ardavicius and Shivalov in fifth. It means that there's still that great gap between Nikolaev and Lopez at the front, and then a big gap to Mardiev, who holds on to third ahead of Versluis. So that's it from the Silkway Rally for today. The one last effort to change the standings tomorrow. Join us then.
Once